Hi, how are you? Welcome to Thursday, the 23rd of October, 2025. It is bitter. I am so cold, so cold. I know that I over the years I've got colder. I'm definitely a colder morsel, and yes, I'm bitter this morning. Hi, you two. How are you? Yes, it's cold. We put the heater on in the shop today for the first time. So we shall see how that goes. But yeah, my hands are cold, and consequently, because my hands are cold, my rings are very loose. How my mother, I mean, any of you that knew my mother, she was so thin. How my mother ever kept these on her fingers, I have no idea, because they're loose on mine, and I've definitely got shovels compared to my mother. So what are we doing today? It's a lanyard for Sian, right? I went to see rock orchestra at the Utilita 2 weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks tomorrow, and they were brilliant. They were absolutely brilliant. They did rock stuff as rock orchestra you'd expect them to, and Sian was there, and she was doing some socials, and she had two microphones that was stuck on her lanyard. And I said, "Oh, I'll make you one you'll be able to put those on." She'll probably never wear it. I've chosen a colour that I don't think it's very Sian, but it's Liberty, and I know Sian likes Liberty, so I've chosen one with the Liberty thingy. Hi, Eileen, how are you? And so it's a lanyard for Sian. So so it's got a place for so we've got a place for a pen, right? Or you can put your glasses in there. It's got like a little pocket like that. So I can't see now. I think that's closer, right? So those of you that wear reading glasses and you don't wear them on a chain around your neck, this would be fine. This would have been ideal when I was working in the hospital and needed, I could have put my badge on the bottom there and my keys, and then this, I could have always had a pen. You never had a pen, and this has got, so it's a pocket on both sides, so you can carry three pens and a pair of glasses. But then, because it was for Sian, I've added in these little bits where she could clip her microphone onto there. Now, I'm not sure. My daughter said she wanted one as well. I'm not sure she really needs these bits sticking out, but she's got them. Okay, so that's what we're making today, is a lanyard. You don't need to put the pockets and the bits on it. It's just a lanyard. So before we start, I wanted to show you this. Now, a lot of you bought this winter warm welcome on the Bolt. A lot of you bought it on the Bolt, but we've had these turn up. I don't know whether we're getting jelly rolls or charm packs, but we had these turn up, and they are just, so we've got 2 of these left. Okay. So that's 3 of the same one. It wasn't a very big collection, I don't think. So if you fancy one of these, give Sarah a ring in the shop now. First 2 come what may, can have them. So yeah, beautiful, love it. And I looked at it and thought, what could I do with it? But I'll never do anything with it. So I'm letting you have it. It's beautiful. I love this fabric itself. I might get a scrap or something. I'd like to do a pouch. It's just lush. I could do another project bag. So anyway, going on now to the lanyard. I've written it all down, okay, and we're just going to chop ourselves a piece of this. So we're going to use, what else has come in? while we're doing this. We have bought in what we've got I'm just chopping off the edge so that I know it's straight. Okay, I've ironed this and I've ironed it with best press, so it's nice, it feels nice and crisp. And we want 3 inches, so that's not going to be any good. This is going to be long enough. Oh, can't reach it, so 3 inches, 3 inches wide, okay, and 38 inches long. So I know I've got 42. So what we'll do is we'll cut it and then cut it down. So that is 3 inches. There we go. So you want 3 inches long, but we're going to need to cut the other one, I think, because we want it 14 inches long and there won't be enough. So I'm going to cut another one down at 3 inches. Now you can make this wider or not so wide, depending on what you how you want your pen thingy. It's tight, but it does work. So we're going to need 19 inches. So I'm going to level that up there. So 19 and 19 equals 38. So I'm going to chop that off there. So you could make it a bit longer if you wanted to. Okay, so we chop that off there like that. More for the scrap bags. So, hi Lorraine, how are you? So we've got that one, which is 38 by 3. And we're going to cut this one. We want 14, so that's going to be 7. I'm going to cut it at 7. So if I line it up with the 10 there, we cut it at 17. Now you could make this longer or shorter if you wanted to, but there is no need. There's no need. So I'm going to cut that at 17. 10 to 17. So that will make 14 inches. Okay, that's 14 inches. And then we want this one to, what do we want it to be? I'm not sure what I cut it at. So if we cut these two at 3, I can't remember what I cut them at. So, but that will do for now. So what are we going to do with these? We are now going to, with the short one, we're going to fold over a small hem. And we're going to iron that in. Okay. I'm going to fold over a small hem like that. And then iron that in. So how is everybody? Is it as bitter with you as it is with us? Hiya Marlene, how are you? And Liz, you're all popping in now. That's good. I'm not on my own. So I would imagine Anne and Gail are busy. Hopefully you've stopped for lunch at some point. I've only got a cup of soup for lunch. So we've folded that in half, long ways, and then we're going to fold it in. Okay, so we're just making a strap, really. Okay, so I'm going to fold that in like that. I'm doing all the ironing all in one, and because I've used best press when I ironed it originally at home and squirted it with best press, you get a sharper fold on it. It's much, yeah, it feels crisp and smart and sharp. So that's going to be our pocket, and we want to, it's all going to fold in like that, and we want to find the middle. Might as well iron the middle in now. So fold that in half like that, and we want the middle. So we just fold it like that, put it to one side. Now this is our long one, so we're going to do exactly the same, although we don't need to put in a hem at the top. So I'll fold this in half like this. Now this is the type of thing, you know, maybe you won't want the extra sticky outy bits that I've done for Sian. I should get Liberty written on there somewhere. I meant to fussy cut that and I didn't. That's okay. That's okay. So we're just doing, I mean, once all the prep is done, the sewing bit doesn't take that long. It's just edging. I do wonder sometimes about getting one of the, well, I say getting, I've got the bias makers. Should use one of those, but I'm always khaki handed with it. So I find it easier to do this, but it's laborious, especially if you're doing it for edging the quilted jacket and stuff. Oh, I still haven't shown you that. I think gigglers. So going along here, make sure that I've hopefully ironed it exactly the same as the other one. I love the fact that these irons have their own headlight. Makes me giggle. It's like having a headlight on a screwdriver. I see the point. It just seems weird. Right, so we've done that like that, just like that. And this one, we want to fold it in. I'm going to do that. Oh, yeah, so you want an end. I don't think we need it quite so big as this. So you want to fold it over. I'm going to fold it in half. I'm trying to remember what I did now. Fold it in half. In fact, I think one of these is going to be enough. 1 3-inch thing is going to be enough. We can chop that in half like that, and then fold these in like we did before, like that and like that, and then we're going to chop it in half. Will that be all right? Yeah, we chop that in half. It's not quite as wide as before, but this will do. So we're just going to chop that in half like that. So for these, you need to open this out and fold. Let me go closer. And you're going to fold this in half, right? And then fold this back down. All right. And then you're going to fold this so that this bit here goes over and tucks it in like that. And you get a very neat edge. There's no raw edges showing then. And we're just going to top stitch that. Are these going to be, these are big enough. They're not that much smaller, are they? They'll be big enough for her to attach her microphone to. And what we'll do is I'll top stitch just around that bit and it tucks in. So again, you're going to open this, fold over your right hand fold this back down. You're going to fold in your left hand and then fold it in half, but we want to tuck this under there so that all tucks in like that. Does that make sense? So that's how I would finish off quite a lot of things now, you know, when you're doing strappage. There we go. So now it's just I'm going to start with top stitching this and top stitching the hems on your short piece, which is your 14 by 3. So, oh, you're all popping in. It is freezing, isn't it, Liz? It's just terrible. Hi, Joyce. How are you? It was absolutely lush to meet you the other day, Joyce. It really was. It was a joy. And Ali, how are you, darling? Your watch back. I'm all good. I'm all good. I'm looking forward to seeing you next week. So we're just gonna sew our hem down on this. And there's our Claire as well. How are you doing? So we are cheating here. I'm just going to keep going. So I've just tucked the other end round so that we can chain piece these things. We're just going to top stitch around our sticky outy bit. I'm going to turn that there. Come on, that's it. And turn it like that. So I've changed the thingies on my foot. I've got one of these multi-function foots for my thing. Sarah's here goes forward and cuts. Now mine, I can make it do. It's got 3 functions. So the big function, like everyone, is to go forward, and then it's got a side piece and a back kick. And I decided that I kept cutting. Sorry, I'm trying to work out which button I'm pressing. I kept cutting whatever it was that I was doing. It kept cutting off, and so I thought, okay, instead of having it the back kick cut, I'll have it so that it reverses, because that's different to Sarah's. So I don't know whether I'm going to get on with that. Right, with our long piece, we're going to find the middle. Okay, find the middle and iron that in like that. And we're going to marry that up. So you're going to open it out with right side up. Move those bits out of the way so they're not confusing. Right side up. There's my middle line there. I'm going to find my middle line, which was there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to marry up this middle line with that middle line. Where's it gone? There it is. So we're going to marry these 2 up. So like that, just like that, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to refold with both of them in like that, and then you refold. Okay, like that. So they now will create your pockets. Okay, so there's your pocket there. So we're now going to sew those 2 middle pieces together, just a line across the middle. Like that. And so we have our middle sewn in. Okay, so this is all going to fold back up. So if we fold it out long ways like this, I'm going to iron these 2 together just to reinforce that crease on both of them, like that. And we're going to fold that over like that and reinforce the crease on this side, like that. And then you're going to fold it over so you know that it's going to be right. And in my pocket, I have one of those. It's probably the warmest thing. I was warming my hands on the iron earlier. So we're now going to pop this on so that we know that that is on there, right? Because that's going to sit there eventually. And we're going to take these two pieces and make sure that they're not twisted. I think that's right, yeah. And we'll put them together like that, right sides together. And we're going to sew across there. Okay, we're going to sew across there. Now, if you're making these, it might be worth putting in one of those catches. You're supposed to, if you have a lanyard from work now, it's supposed to have a quick release. But I don't know whether it's needed in this case. So this would only be her lanyard for days that she's got her microphones, really. So we're going to just sew that there, just there. So we've been busy thinking about, we've got a counter sale next week, Thursday, I believe. So we're thinking of things to tempt you with. We've got a couple of things that the Lewis and Irene rep's been in. Oh, you should see some of the stuff. Oh, it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful for next year. Christmas next year is just delightful. So all of this now should fold up, and all you've got to do then is top stitch it. Told you it was an easy one today. So this is all going to go in there like that, and then it all gets folded in and ironed. And I'm only ironing it because I want to make sure it's all in. And we'll add these little tabs that we made as we're sewing, because they're just going to fall out otherwise. Okay, so we're going to go back to the machine and we are going to, yeah, it will all, it's all right. It's all right, it is. It's all right. Clips. Where's Dave? There we go. So we want to clip there, and we're going to fold this over, and we're going to put a clip there so that it stays. I've got to play with it. There we go, like that. And we're going to go around and sew these in, and I'm going to pop one here and one further down and one up, like that, so they just stick out by there. Okay, so I'm going to put those in so that they're not level, because otherwise you'd have your microphones just touching. So, but ideal for teacher presents and all sorts. Where's my thing? There it is. Okay, so it's just a top stitch. Now at home I would probably put this up. How do I put it up? Can't remember now. No. No. Press that one. I've done it. Let's take it up to a 3.5. Near enough. There we go. Right. Okay. So bigger top stitch, and we're just top stitching as we go all the way round, and then we'll do the other side. So what are your plans for this weekend? What are you doing this weekend? This weekend, I've got the girls. I got my girls on Friday. It was my son-in-law's birthday yesterday, so he's off this weekend. So I thought, well, if I have the girls, they can go on a night out. Right, so we're going to pop one of these, just put it in there, and pop one of these so it's sticking out. There we go. And just keep going, and as I'm going, I'm moving this the what's it called? This bit. I'm moving that as I'm going, so it follows me round. So where's that? That's there. If we put this one just there, like that, sticking out. Hopefully it's not in line with the other one. Let's take it off. Keep going. So yeah, we've got girls on Friday, so I'll have to do something with them Saturday. But I've got, and it's supposed to be wet and windy and horrible, so I've got plenty of crafty things to do in the house. And then we're going to have tea. Okay, see you soon, Claire. Just all the way round to there. And we're going to reverse there. And cut that one off. And then we can turn it round so that it's even, because I'm working in the same space. There we go. And again, we're just going all the way round. We haven't got to worry about sticking anything in. Now, when you come to the pocket, maybe on the other side, take it down a little bit. It'll give you a little bit more pocket space if you just go closer to the edge a little. So hit the middle. Oh, over, compensate it. There we go. Okay. I took the eye off the edge of my foot then. So we're just coming up to where we started. A couple of back stitches. There we go. So we now find our catch. Find the where you've sewed down the middle, and we're going to just put that in the middle. Oh, they were pretty close together. Like that, and we're just going to sew across so that the catch is not moving. So I'm going to go reverse. Can't remember which one's the up. Oh, there you go. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, but there you go. There we go. See, it all goes Pete Tong when I start pressing buttons. And there we have a Liberty. Oh, look, It did. I got a Liberty by here. So that's quite cool. I'm happy with that. Just trimming off all our ends. Like that. So we have a pocket by there. Look at that. You push that in there. So you've got a pocket for that. So you can carry your pen around. Always have a pen. Sian can have it for autographs. And just trim off all these little ends here that we've all sewn in. It's a nice thing about doing the back stitching and sewing your ends in, because it means that you just have to chop them off. There we go. Tidy that up. There we go. And we have our lanyard with our super handy little clips for Sian's microphone. So it's a lanyard. Sweet. Perfect. And done. It's only 1:30. Look at that. I managed to do one that took half an hour. Yeah. Right. Don't forget, those of you that were late, if you bought any of this warm welcome, there's we've only got 2 of these. So if you fancied a layer cake from the warm welcome, you know, the beautiful autumn golds and things, we've got 2 of these left. So if you want them, give us a ring. It's not worth us putting it onto the computer. Just give us a ring. All right. Right, that's it. That's me. I will see you next week. I am going to do Chris's Christmas box. That's what I'm going to do next week. I will explain all next week, and we'll see you then. Well, there you go. It's beautiful because it's purple, and you knew you'd like purple. So it's even got Liberty right there where everybody's going to see it. So that worked out quite well that I've managed to put Liberty on the front. I'll see you next week. Thanks, girls. Take care. Bye.